Everybody. Welcome to Huddle Time with Ronit. I hope you guys are doing amazing today. It's a very special evening. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Lion Gate. This is probably one of the only times in the lifetime that you are actually going to be in the Lion Gates times, which basically means that manifest as much as you can. So if you can project to the world your creation, what are you going to put out there in the world to the universe is what you're going to come back. It's going through, I think my friend Andrew Carruthers said it's going to be like about 4 days. So we got a couple more days. So if you can manifest great things, keep doing it, because that's going to come back triple, I guess. So that's what it is. Happy Huddle Time. So good to be here with everybody together. Just like every week on Monday, my name is Ronit, and I am the Prophet Jedi and the founder of Salon Cadence. Salon Cadence is a white glove company and teaching and training company that teaches and train salon, spa owners, barbers, anybody in the beauty industry how to become extremely profitable. And not only profitable, how to create the freedom that you're actually looking to create, to become the CEO of your life, the CEO of yourself. And we do it with our amazing Salon Cadence Accelerator program. If you need to learn anything about it, anything at all, it is in the chat. 800 number is right there. As a matter of fact, we are starting to promote our book. My book is coming out, Profit First for Salons. I'm super stoked and super excited about it. And we are just taking anybody who is interested in that book. Please put your name in that 800 number and text us to the 833 numbers, the word profit. If you text that, we will take your name and let you know when the book is coming out. It's everything you need to know about how to create the right cash flow, how to create the right goals, the cash flow goals for you. So super stoked about that. What else do we have today? Well, let's talk about our great sponsors. We have Americans Beauty Show is our sponsor of Huddle Time with Ronit. They have been our partners, our sponsors for over a year now. We partner up together to bring Huddle Time to you. What is Huddle Time? Well, if you're the first time here on Huddle Time is a live show that comes every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking and bringing experts and guests from all over the world, teaching and training us how to become better what we do and how we can do a better career for ourselves, right? So we bring a lot of experts that share with us what they have done that was successful, what they have done that wasn't so successful, and what you can do relevant to today to improve your careers and improve your life. And that's what we do. In an Americans Beauty Show has been our sponsor. Have you bought your ticket yet to our show that is coming up? There's so many amazing educators that are going to be live in an intimate setting, educating us in so many levels and so many classes. So I'd love for you guys to come and buy your ticket. And this year, we're sharing the show with Data Driven from Salon Today. Everything you needed to know about data and what data can do for you, how to become a better salon owner, a better business owner. So come see us. You know, it's going to be from the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. And we're super excited to be here with Americans Beauty Show. Salon Cadence we'll be hosting 2 amazing classes on Sunday and on Monday, and we're going to have a great panel of phenomenal heroes coming up also on Saturday. So you don't want to miss the show. You want to buy tickets. There's so much value coming up. We're going to teach about how to become more profitable. Okay, if you are profitable, that's awesome. How can you set higher goals? We're going to teach you how to become a 7-figure salon and why you want to be in the 7-figure salon. We're going to talk about the difference between high 6, high 7, and moving into the 8 and how you can start becoming the CEO of your company and not the CEO of your chair. What you need to do about that. We're going to be teaching everything about the Profit First, a methodology that has been working for over 200,000 small business owners all around the world. That makes it really simple for you to understand the numbers of your company. So we're going to be teaching all of this in 2 days, and I'm excited. And that has been our partner with Americans Beauty Show. We're also going to have Textel, who is our sponsor. Textel has been a sponsor now for a whole month. It's a texting software where you can communicate with your staff. You can communicate it with your audience, with your clients, and we're going to be communicating with Americans Beauty Show. As a matter of fact, you can go right now where you can see that number right there, and you can text to that number. If you wanted to purchase a ticket, all you got to do is text to that number, and you can prompt into getting a lot of great information, and then you can purchase your tickets. And Textel has been a sponsor for Salon Cadence now for a month, and we're super excited to have them here. Now, what do we have today for you? Let's go into our talk today. I have really two amazing guests on our show today, and we're going to be talking about syncing your color. And we're going to talk about color in every aspect. There's just, what can I say? A well of information. My very good friend, Cherry Petenbrink, who has been in the industry, I don't know how long, maybe over 20 years. Yes. She was artistic director for Olivia Garden and for Joico for years, I think 15 years maybe. She'll tell you about that. And now she is artistic director for CLICS COLOR, and I'm super, super stoked to talk to you about CLICS. It's innovation for our industry, so I can't wait to bring her in. And we're going to talk about the network in our industry. How can you excel, and how can you shift to so many different careers within the industry? And my friend Liza Espinoza, she's been a friend for so many years. All of us, the three of us, have done so much in this industry together. And really, truly, without those two women, there's a lot of things I wouldn't know how to do and what to do, and to contribute to our success here. So Liza is a co-founder, creative and education director for Salon Flux. She is an owner and the founder, and she is a Mororccanoil artist academy facilitator for Mororccanoil. And she's been an educator, presenter, for Joico and for so many great companies. So I'm super stoked to bring them, both of them, into the stage. Hey guys!
Hello.
So great to be here.
I know. I'm thrilled to be here with both of you.
Oh my gosh, Ronit, you made us sound so good. I love it. You should always introduce us.
I know. And I love the 20 years because it made me feel like I was 40 again.
24.
Right? You know my saying, Sherry, since God was a child.
Yeah.
All right. True story. Both of you have been in my life for such a long time.
Yeah.
I had both of you coming to Maxime's Salon in Hingham, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. And I spent time at Liza's salon with her team. I've been so fortunate to be in your life and see your whole career, where it's been taking you. So I feel so grateful and so honored, and I don't know, I feel so excited to be part of us, the three of us. Yes. And I just want to say that I don't know, I just loved what you brought to Maxime Salon. Sherry, you've been there like twice, and twice you have done something so extraordinary. Do you remember we did the fundraising for breast cancer in October, and one of your wigs? Oh my God! Oh
we brought a Effie wig from the Hunger Games, a replica, and we auctioned it off. Yeah. And then we raised a lot of money, which is great.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it was the gift that kept on giving. We raised money just for that for the fundraising, and then the wig just got sold for somebody there. Then that person sold that wig for somebody else. So
gosh.
Yep. It kept giving and raising money. It's so awesome.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. Well, I mean, I have to say too, you know, really, we've watched your journey as well. I think all of us have. And, you know, at that time, even Sherry and I were just starting to really partner together quite a bit. And then, you know, so many things have blossomed out of all of this. And it really is about that, about finding like-minded individuals and supporting each other. So thank you, both of you, I guess, for all the support and everything else, because that's what we need to get where we're going, right? We need our tribe.
Well, I mean, that's what it's all about. And even like with the ABS show coming up, Liza and I mean, we could do separate seminars and we could both be on our own. But one of our philosophies is how there's power in numbers. Yes. And what she brings to the program for cutting and finishing, and then what I can bring for color. And then we merge that together and you really make a very powerful workshop for a lot of other stylists to have the opportunity to learn and share. Yeah,
I love that. You know, I'm thinking I'm going still we're going to go touch base on that, but I'm going back to my memory cells right now. You know, we do have some of those. And I remember coming over to Liza's salon Flax. I just landed. I think I just landed from South Africa. Bill and I went.
Yes.
Yeah. You remember? We just landed. Bill and I went to Safari. We spent 2 weeks and I landed in Boston, and literally he went back home. I stayed in the airport and grabbed a flight and came all the way to Chicago. I don't know how I did it, but
so talk about superheroes, superwoman.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Yeah. And amazing,
amazing
information and always amazing help and support. And even to see, you know, what Ronit, you were doing then and how it's evolved and grown and just taken this whole life and energy unto itself is pretty cool.
Right.
It is.
Sure.
So I love to share it with our audience. I love to talk about, you know, transition. Now, I mean, I don't mind sharing with everybody that I reached my 50s. Okay. And I love them. I love my 50s. I loved my 30s. I love my 40s. I love my 50s. I think it's hey, Mary, it's so good to have you on here. So, and I'm sure, Mary, I know you love your 50s, you know, Mary and Philip Wilson.
Yes, of course.
Crashing it on the road.
Big fans,
Yes.
Big fan of theirs.
On the road. Look at what they're doing. Mary just finished doing 170 miles on the bike. And
wow.
Oh my God.
Congratulations. I know.
Yes.
So,
it's so great to see her on here.
It's all good, you know, it's all good. Here's the thing. The thing is, I think the most close to level 6. That's true. Oh, look at Lavada. She loves her 70s. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
What's the secret,
I was going to say, we're about to love our 60s.
Carpe diem. Every day is a gift. We got to love where we are.
Exactly.
I know. So what's the secret? What's the secret of, you know, we're all going through phases. Obviously, we went through all many kinds of ways. But what's, you know, I think for me, it's always been about relationship. For me, I've known the two of you for so long. I will never let you go, ever.
Right.
I will have you forever.
You're stuck with us.
Yes, I am. And you know, but what is it, do you think, that makes it the world go around when it comes to building careers? You know, let's talk to the generation that is behind us, the 2 generations but behind us. If we can give them some really great tips of how to really strengthen your roots, or strengthen your relationships, or what's great to go through it in the beauty industry? What do you think?
I mean, you know, for me, I have to say that I'm there with you about relationships. I think that when I was younger, I thought that I had to do everything myself. I had to be great at everything. I had to know everything, all of it. And what I found was that collaborations like these, right, that we are doing, teams, there's a saying that says, it's an old African saying that says, you know, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah, I love
Right.
that.
So that's really what I have found is, yes, you have to find that strength within yourself, the perseverance, get through some things that are difficult. You talked about sharing things that worked well and didn't work well. We've all been there where something hasn't worked out the way we wanted or whatever, but having the positive attitude and seeing those things as opportunities, the mindset, and surrounding yourself with those like-minded people that will support you and keep pushing you forward and taking you there. For me, that's been really huge, and I appreciate even now, Sherry and I, we don't work for the same company, but we do so much together and we still support each other and are there for each other. So that makes
constant,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like this year, and I love what you're saying. I felt like this year, Liza, I didn't see my mommy, and I didn't see my sister, and I didn't see my brother and all my friends back in Israel, which I fly at least twice a year to see everybody. So it was really difficult to go there. It's been almost 3 years. It's been 3 years. But I feel like I have stayed in so much community because, like, I was talking to Sherry, like when we were locked down, I was talking to Sherry. I don't know. In the beginning, I said, Sherry, I don't know. We haven't talked for about 3 or 4 years. Let's get together. Lisa, the same thing, I feel like it's been so wonderful to reconnect with some people you have not connected.
Yeah. Or have more quality time with them because we were forced into a situation where we could do that. So that was the golden lining.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, both of you pretty much pivoted in your career this past year and a half. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Pivoted.
Yeah. So exactly. Going back to what you had said about, advice and what you would say and all of that. I have a favorite saying behind me, and it says, do what you love what you do. And I feel like for all of us in this great industry that we're in, sometimes we think we're disenchanted or we're ready for a change, but really it's just that everyday thing that we're doing. And there's so many other avenues that can be taken, all these different roads and different journeys that we can do within this beauty industry. And all three of us have pivoted and have changed, and we've adapted and been very versatile in our careers, whether it's, Liza's running a salon, I've done, the editorial thing, the film thing, had a salon, that kind of thing. You used to have a salon, Ronit, and now you're doing this amazing coaching thing. Liza's doing platform work and continue to be an educator. And I think that sometimes that's what people need. If they're behind the chair and they're starting to get bored with the routine, but they still love what they do, make a change. Figure out a way that you can create some kind of versatility or some kind of change. I think versatility within your career and your everyday life is so important. When we're doing these lives that, like you said, Liza and I have both pivoted. I mean, neither one of us had a big presence on social media. We posted our work. We posted, at shows, right? We did that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, we weren't on every day doing stories. We weren't on every day doing lives. We weren't doing any of it. And we talked a lot, and we both said, like, hey, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to step up, figure it out, and make it work. And
oh my God.
Yeah.
That right there. This is why I admire so much the two of you. And here's why. And I'm just going to put it out exactly what you have said, and I'm mirroring it back to you. We are not coming from the generation where it's so easy for us to do digital work and post and do. As a matter of fact, it's a very uncomfortable place, but yet you figure it out, and when not on social media. I have not seen, my friend Sona Brado, Sona.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She has done amazing what she have done on social too. Yes. So look at you guys. You adapted, you changed, you embraced, you figure it out, and you went all in, and you went all in, and you helped each other. You helped each other. I think one of the most wonderful thing about growth is about always giving, you know. So when you have like a kind of a shitty day or a funky day, okay,
Right.
when you give and when you teach and when you educate, you forget about your funk. You just so
Yep.
that's what I admire. I admire that in the two of you.
I even designed a class and actually did a coaching class, like about how to get comfortable to even begin to figure out like your content. So there's a ton of classes and workshops out there, how to get certain apps and to do this and to post that and to say this or whatever. But I found that there were so many that were even way before that. Like, how do you even know what to even
where do you start
live around? How do you pick a subject? How do you do this? How do you that? And so I did a whole workshop, and I put it out on Facebook. I said I have 25 spots, first come, first serve. Here's the price, who wants it? And it wasn't even 48 hours, and I was sold out. And it was a really successful class. And once I just stepped out and did it, I said, I need to do this because there's enough people that want this. Yeah. And then I stepped out, and then I was like, oh shit, now I gotta really do it. You know, now I've got to really give it.
Put it together.
And so it put me in a position to be challenged. It put me in that arena that's like, I know I have it in me and I know what I need to give them. And I just organized it, and we did a 3-part class, and it was amazing because at the end of the day, I said, it's no different than if you're going into a store, or you're going up on a stage, or you're walking into a salon to do a class for a salon staff. It's the same thing, only now you're talking to them through your phone instead of directly in front of you. And you just have to put yourself there, and you know you have the information, you know you have the subject matter, you know what you've shared and what people have been receptive to. Go for it.
Yeah. It's just adapting, like you said, to a different vehicle. Sorry, Ronit.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You know how StreamYard is. You just have to like listen to that delay that comes in. You know, I'm listening to what the two of you said, and both of you had to experience being in front of a camera and get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
What does it take to get out of the comfort zone? Because I don't know about you, but like when I started doing the live stream, I knew nothing about video, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so for me to be in a camera, it was not easy. For sure, it wasn't easy. As a matter of fact, it takes me a lot to psych myself up to get there. You know, if my curls don't look good, forget it. If my lipstick is not good, forget it. You know, so I gotta make sure they look okay.
Because we gotta look at ourselves, right? But, well, you know, Sherry and I think we're in a place where we were lucky because we had both done educational content like videos and things like that.
Right.
But that's very different from live.
It's so different, yeah.
Because you can edit, you can cut. If you mess up, you can say, you know, cut.
You can say, stop, my brain's not functioning. Give me a
right. You know, so when this all first started, you know, and it was funny because, you know, all the manufacturers started doing lives. They all started reaching out to their artists and educators and saying, okay, we want to keep the hairdressers that are in lockdown motivated, inspired, connected. We want to reach out. We want to keep our community connected. So it became as much about that, I think, as about technique work, right? But that's how we all filtered in together. So we started doing it, and then Sherry and I would talk almost every day, right, Sherry?
Yes,
about, oh my God, like, you know, so this is so different here. And I went on and I did this, and how do we adapt from that? And adaptability is definitely a key to success, right? We have to keep, so we kept doing it and saying, okay, this worked, this didn't work. How do we move forward? The thing about it, and Sherry, you'll chime in too, that I think becoming comfortable in front of the camera, to your question, Ronit, is I don't focus on the camera. I focus, like you said, on who's behind the camera.
Yep.
I speak to the people behind the camera. And I think, and again, Sherry, correct me, I don't want to speak for you, but I've seen your video work, and I know that you also make it feel very intimate.
Yes.
We both work hard to make it feel intimate and like they're right there with us and engaged.
Yes.
So that's, you know, those are little tricks to that. And even to your personality or how you're, you know, expressing or engaging and all these things, it takes some time to learn.
Yeah.
To be comfortable, but you certainly can, as obviously you have as well, Ronit.
Yeah. And what I figured out too is the more organized you are. So I take the morning of, if I'm not doing it until the afternoon, or if I'm doing it in the morning, then the evening before, and I write out my boards. I've got my notes, and that way I always know if I have that moment of like, what was I saying, or what am I doing, or what's going on, or a little bit of a lull, I can look up and I've got all this information in front of me that I can focus on, you know. And so, you know, you just roll with it. And I'm honestly, you know, as nervous as I was in the beginning, I knew I had to step up. I just knew it's like either I do this or my career's basically over. Because at that point I was traveling full time. I didn't have a clientele in the salon to fall back on. I had just moved to Houston. I hadn't found a salon home yet. I have now, but I hadn't at the time. And so really that was all I had. So when my calendar started canceling one event after another for both brands I was working with, I had that whole like, oh my gosh moment. And I had to step up, you know, and my husband was like, you've got a studio in the house, get in there and hit record. Like, what are you waiting for? I'm like, it's not that easy. You don't understand. And he pretty much like gave me that big push off the cliff and said, just go do it. Quit crying, quit whining, quit, you know, whatever. You can do this. Go do it. And it was like, boom. Yeah.
Well, and that was just it. No matter what, Ronit, you were alluding to the fact that it's like 2 years or whatever, you know what I mean? And again, same thing, no matter what age you are or where you are in your career, you can't afford to just drop off the face of the earth for 2 years. And it's not just about the notoriety or being known or whatever, but it's also us staying in that mindset and doing what we do well, right?
Well, and like for me, I knew being in the position that I was in with 2, you know, major brands, I was like, I've got to stay relevant, and that means I need to step up and show that I'm professional and that I've got it, you know, and that's what you do. Yeah.
Well, going and reviewing a full year in glance and seeing where we started get more comfortable in front of camera, developing the right content, being relevant to what's going on in the industry. You know, thinking about Liza, you're a salon owner, and your role in the salon is the creative director of the salon. It's making sure that your staff is relevant, that they're sticking to each other, that they're sticking in the salon. And it's been very difficult to do that, you know, keeping people in the salon, keeping people motivated. The momentum in Chicago is specifically back in. How did you manage to do all of that and keep other things? What were the most important thing that you see now that because you've worked so hard, it has paid off in your culture?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we felt very keenly when we went on lockdown, and you know, we have a whole family of people at Salon to make sure that they have a place to come back to, that they can make a living, that they stay motivated and inspired. So we feel, you know, those are our kids, as it were, right? You know, we got to make sure our kids are all good. So, you know, from the beginning, we made sure we were in salon every single day, even during lockdown. My husband is a hairdresser and an amazing hairdresser and a wonderful supporter for me, just like Sherry's. Our salon manager, Shamreen, we were all there all the time, selling gift cards, you know, selling product, communicating with the guests, communicating with the team. So I think that the communication was huge. Just keeping that thread and that connection within everyone, making sure they knew, everyone, the guests knew that we're taking care of things for them. The team knows that we're working and doing everything that we needed to do, whether it be finding disinfectant when there wasn't any, right? I mean, we all know all those challenges that we faced. I was buying my last guest on the last day before lockdown that was in my chair was an ER doctor. And she said to me, Liza, if you can't get your barbicide, go online and get Cavicide from medical supplies. That's what we use in hospital and dentists. I was buying gallons of Cavicide.
Yeah.
And then when we came back, you couldn't get barbicide for months.
Right. That's right.
Thinking ahead as well. I am a very much live in the moment, but thinking ahead, what do we need to do to get where we're going? How do we need to adapt? Let's talk to each other. Let's keep motivating each other. And even with the team, when they were in the weeds and just fighting to we were getting the guest in, you could only do so much. How do we bring them back to, like you said, Sherry, this is what we love doing, and do what you love. Remember, we love this, and we love taking care of people and doing it for the guests. So
absolutely, yeah.
Doing it for all the right reasons and giving them whatever we could give them in motivation and inspiration and support.
No, I feel like that, over the course of the past maybe 5 years, we've been working really hard with our staff about learning about data, or with around, numbers are so important. It's important for us to grow. Data is important for us to grow and to expand. But I feel like we kind of, I asked my own customers, I asked my clients, when was the last time you did an in-house class? When was the last time you did something invigorating for your staff?
Yes.
What do you do as a salon owner? What do you do as a director to feed and nourish your soul? I'm asking the two of you. And then, to me, what I'm thinking about, where we can play with hair and have fun with hair, that's what we're missing right now, right? Because we had a lot of digital.
Yes.
So I'm super excited to get back into the salon and bring that back into the salon right now, and we can do it right now.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
How do you find, what do you find right now that the demand is for among salon owners? Sherry, you're with CLICS now.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about it really soon. And Liza, you're with Mororccanoil. So what do you find that salon owners are looking for right now in terms of motivation and inspiration for their staff?
Yeah, I think, and I don't own a salon at this time. I used to own a big salon. I had 31 employees, a barbershop, a full spa. And I keep trying to put myself back into those shoes so that I can think kind of like that salon owner again. Plus, like Liza said, we talk constantly, and we talk about everything, a lot of personal and professional and all of it. And so for us, I know a little bit about what's going on in the salon industry from her and several of my other friends, or even the salon that I work in. But I think right now, for salon owners, the challenge is keeping the staff really motivated and excited and in it. I mean, they went through so many different changes. It's like, you can't work. Now you can work, but these are the rules. And then all of a sudden the rules went away again. And now you're supposed to just jump right back into the way things were, when I think a lot of times they're like, but how were they before? Because you got used to the routine that you're on. And I think right now I do think a lot of salon owners, for the sake of their staff, are really having to dig deep and look into ways that they're going to be motivated and re-inspired. Because as a salon owner, you can do what you can do and you can push as hard as you can. But for the last year, they've had a lot of that, and they've had a lot of virtual. And I do think a lot of people are starting to look for live, in person. They want to be there and have that personal experience. I think ABS is going to be a huge success. There's a few other shows happening as well this fall. And I do believe that there is a big population of our industry that's ready to dive in and just have that feeling again of that team, of being personal, of that real personalized attention. So yeah, so I think that's kind of it.
Exciting.
Yeah.
What are you guys?
Sure.
Sorry, Lisa, you go.
No, I was going to say, Sherry's spot on because, we started out in the year because you really couldn't, people weren't offering and you couldn't do anything but virtual. Sherry herself has done virtual classes for my team.
Yeah. Hands-on
virtual again, when nobody was
making it happen.
And then also, we started bringing in educators as early as possible while staying in protocol as much as you could, doing everything as safe as possible, and making sure that everyone was taken care of. But, hairdressers we need that energy of being around other people. We want that. Even doing virtual hands-on, I was doing one today. I did a 2-hour virtual hands-on haircutting class with some salons in California.
Yeah.
And, it's great and it's better than nothing and it's better than not having something, but it's not the same. It's going to all evolve, right? The Mororccanoil Academy in New York City is now open. We're booking academies. I've been going like every other month as well. And one of the other things that I personally do with my team is we also do, because I do a lot of editorial and photo work, as does Sherry, and we have done much together.
Yes.
And highly published.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed to be nominated at NAHA this year. Now, guard, yes, but I think the thing, and that helps me when you say, what do we do for ourselves? We have to step outside reality sometimes. We have to step into our imagination and these other areas that feed our soul. So even with my team, we get on projects or we do jam sessions. I'll say, let's do a jam session between ourselves. We're exposed to ourselves every day. You bring this and you bring that, and we'll share and just hang out and just do it for the love. Like you said, Ronit, let's play. Play with some hair and get away from the reality of maybe the stress of whatever it is, that's going on in life, and give a little certainty back as well.
Absolutely. As being a salon owner, like many of us, I started as a stylist. And when I went from a stylist into owning a salon and then owning another salon, and then when you're in it, you go from being an artist and creative into running your business, and now you're starting giving up a lot of the artistic form and playing with your hands, and we all start in that location. So I know for fact that I've always missed having to play with my hands and hair. So now more than any times, for all of us that will come from the creative sector, we miss it. And so I think I spoke to, and this is really funny, I spoke to 2 or 3 clients of ours at Salon Cadence, and they're all expressing that the staff their narrative is a little slow. They're just not as enthusiastic. And what can we do? What can you do is bring, published people just like you two into the salon, more than ever now, because that's what we need. We need to play. We need to have, and I know, Sherry, when you were, this is like embedded in me. When you were showing me all the colors that you applied, and all of us applied the colors the way you showed us with, the dimensional colors.
Yeah.
I felt alive. Liza, when you showed us how to create a beautiful style of hair, it's just so amazing. All you want to do is just, you don't want to do anything but play with hair.
Yes.
And be confident and become confident. Grab the hair, fold the hair, push the hair, do this, see what happens.
Yeah.
So I really think that having a program, for salon owners that will host on every 8 weeks at least, a hands-on, and maybe in between virtual to sustain it, like maybe even Q&As or anything, it's a must now. It's an absolutely must, because that's, we can replace that with digital.
Yeah.
It's true, and it's a new world. We all know that the digital is not disappearing. It's not going away. The virtual, but it's going to morph into something, you know, that was made. That's going to be an in between of what it was prior and what it was this past year or two, and then it's going to become a different animal, and we'll find that place in that world, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
It's true.
So
it's going to be a balance. It's going to be a great balance, I think, for sure. For sure, it'll go back to some balance.
I agree.
Yeah.
What do you guys have planning for ABS? Let's talk about ABS.
Okay. Sherry, you start. You've got 2 programs. I've got one that I'm sharing with you.
Right. So there's 2 programs. So the one we put in, the one I did the form. First you have to create the formats, and then you turn them in, and they go through them all and decide, how they're going to place them and what they think will be the most relevant and that people will sign up for, right? Because at the end of the day, they want the classes to be full, and they want to also offer a nice variety. And so one of the classes I'm doing, it's an express hybrid balayage, and it's similar to what I did, Liza, for your class, for your salon.
Okay.
And because it was so received this year live on several occasions, that I just decided this would be a great class to offer. And then the other one is Liza and I together. Yeah. And it's going to be great because what we did is we put our heads together and decided, let's do this synergy class that we really incorporate all 3 elements in the salon. Because for a large portion of hairstylists, I know, Liza, they're more departmentalized in their salon, as a lot of cities do. But I think on the average, within the United States, there's a lot more stylists that kind of just do everything, right? Especially you're the bulk of like middle America and stuff. So we thought, wouldn't it be great if we put together a program? She's so great at focusing on the cutting and the shapes and the design, me putting the color into those shapes and design. So that's how we kind of came up with this synergy class. Yeah. It's going to be really exciting. I let Liza kind of take the lead there with the cut, and I said, let me know what you want to do, and then I'll design the color around it. And so...
Well, and that speaks to something too, because what's been happening, for a few years now, and someone said it to me earlier on the cutting class that I was on, they were like, oh my gosh, for so many years now, it's just been long hair and kind of balayage, which is great. Mm-hmm. But now what's trending, and again, everything comes back, everything changes, everything shifts and evolves. Otherwise, we're going to be like totally bored out of our minds. But hair cutting is back. Shapes are back. Geometrics, bobs, all kinds of retro modern. Yeah, retro modern shapes, more precision, but modernizing things.
Right.
And how do you take that an art unto itself to take a shape, and how do you enhance that shape and make color technique work to just, color can make or break a haircut. A haircut kind of is what it is, and it's the shape, but the color, man, it really can make it shine, bring it out, make it move. There's a lot of magic there with that. Mm-hmm. So we want to show them how they can do that from those sides. And whether you be departmentalized, where you have to really communicate between 2 minds, or one mind, but you have to step outside of yourself and say, okay, this is the shape. And now how am I enhancing my shape with my color technique?
Right.
Right. So, that's kind of the conversation that we want to have, and then give everyone the skills and some intellectual ideas and vision to go along with.
And then to wrap it all up in a nice, neat package, we're going to cover the finishing, because every cut and the color, but the cut, has usually a variety of styling options. And I think it's always great, whether your hair is as short as ours or as long as yours. Ronit, you have that beautiful curly mane of hair that you can make huge or super sleek. So I think it's always great to show those options as well. So we'll also speak to and give a little extra nugget with the styling and finishing to go with the haircut and color.
I think that's brilliant. And I think anybody who is in the Midwest, or anybody who is even in LA, it's such an opportunity. to come and start getting dirty again, get played again with her.
I love that. I love that.
You know, take it back with you. Just get excited. We just need it. It's so important to us. So I'm super excited to see what the shapes that are going to come up. And and you're doing it on Sunday and Monday classes, and you're going to do it together. And it's called
Sunday is Sherry only, right? And then
Monday together.
We have our collaboration. And you know, it's time to hone our skills, right? That's the other thing. We've been virtual, we've been at home, we've been, you know, a lot of hairdressers and salons have kind of been hanging tight, doing what they got to do to get there. Now it's time to feed ourselves, feed our skills, feed our mind, feed our souls, and, you know, and start honing and changing and shifting and adapting again for the new world that's coming, and be ready for it.
And I'm so excited because what is going to happen at ABS is my introduction to CLICS Color. So Liza will be using her Mororccanoil products during the cutting and finishing.
Absolutely.
So we'll both stay kind of true to our brands. But the cool part is that we can merge them. And so with CLICS, we're actually going to be bringing in the Color Studio, which is this amazing lab.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh my gosh, the technology that's behind this. Now,
Jamie, talk to us a little bit about the technology behind it. What is CLICS?
The great part of it is it's going to be there, and we'll all be mixing color through it, right? So it all works with your phone with an app. So you literally go into the app, you put your client in. You can give a full consultation to the Color Studio. So I can tell them, like your hair, for example, Ronit, it's thick, it's curly, X amount of gray, X amount of porosity, X amount of this, that, and the other. There's like eight questions. So this tells the Color Studio how much hair you have, from the length to the density to the texture to the amount of gray coverage. Has it been colored or is it virgin hair? Okay. This comes in handy because it can actually warn you if you're trying to formulate something that's not going to work. It will actually warn you, like, you might want to rethink this formula. Like the studio will think for you. So the cool part of it is you put that information in, then you go in and you make your formula. So it will adjust the amount of color you're mixing to fill that client. So if you're just doing a retouch, but it's on my hair or your hair, it's all going to be different. Even Liza's, your hair is short as well, but it's 10 times thicker than mine. So it gives you all of that. And if for some reason there's color left over, so each bowl has a little disc on the bottom of it, and that's what weighs it all and memorizes what's in that bowl and all of that. So if I return that bowl to the Color Studio when I'm finished and there's remaining color, it will weigh the leftover color and then go in and adjust your formula according to the amount of product you didn't use, so you don't habitually overmix for those clients.
Less waste. Who doesn't waste?
So you don't have a box, you don't have a tube, you don't have the paper insert, you have none of that. It's a canister that goes into the Color Studio and it dispenses the color perfectly to your measurements.
Now, what color is that and where is it coming from?
So Leilani, who is the co-founder of the company, is a colorist. For many years, she was an Aveda colorist. So she has designed the color herself.
Oh, wow.
So it's all been created and tested. Now, it's a pure tone color. So it does require some formulation.
I think I met Leilani. I remember her. And she was
she's amazing. And then Charles kind of is more of like the technology part of it, all the software design. They have a whole team. And it's really amazing what they've done. I mean, things that you think of and they're like, oh, no, it does that too. Oh, what about that? Does that too. Does that too. So all your formulas, all of your clients, everything is kept in your phone on the app. And what it does is it will give you a printout daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you want, of how much color you've used. It will tell you which stylists have used how much color. And so it can really help you to sort through, like, even your commissions or, you know, your product cost, all of those things. It helps you to work
Right?
through all of that for pricing. It also will tell you if, you know, if I'm doing a higher volume of color, but Liza's got way more usage of color, then you can have that conversation about like, okay, this is her dollar total. This is her color use total. We got to figure this out. Somewhere she's not utilizing all of the features to properly handle this.
Well,
So it's kind of like the big paint mixer that you have at Home Depot, where you can actually swatch match. You can do that as well.
Wow.
And it's great. You put before and after pictures in your phone. So the next time the client comes in, you remember where she was and where she left. So if she's like, I want a little more, I want a little less, I want this, I want that, it's all consistent for you. It's great. It's amazing. I mean, I was blown away, and I have to tell you, like, I consider myself technically challenged. So when I first heard about, oh, it's an app and you're going to go in and digitally do stuff, and I was just like, oh dear, you know, I've been hired, I'm ready to go, and now they're going to see how really, you know, insufficient I am when it comes to technology. But honestly, as intimidated as I felt, it exceeded my expectations, and it was so easy. At no point in my 3 days of training with this color studio did I say, oh my gosh, this is so hard, stylists are going to be discouraged. I was not at any moment discouraged.
Well,
It was so easy.
If anything, it's supposed to support a stylist, to support salon owners, cut down on waste.
Yes.
And organize you.
Yeah. And there's two different studios. So even if you're either a really small staff or you're in a studio, you can still make it work. It can still keep track for you and all of that. So any way you look at it, it's like the next generation. Yeah. It's super innovative. Who doesn't love their phone? Who doesn't love apps? Who doesn't want to do everything on their phone? I mean, nobody does social media from their computer.
Right.
Everybody does social media from their phone.
You can't even get the pictures. You got to have the pictures on your phone.
Yeah. And it's great because everyone
it's like, don't take pictures.
And
my husband loves to take photos on a camera, and I'm, you know, because he loves it. And I'm like, but I need them on my phone. But I'm so excited to see it, and all of our attendees are going to be getting to see all of this brand new stuff. Mororccanoil is also sponsoring swag bags.
I was going to say, and we're going to have amazing swag.
We're going to have amazing swag.
Olivia Garden, Mororccanoil.
Mororccanoil, yep.
Yeah.
And then one of the things, because I just got the stuff from Moroccan that we're getting, I don't know if everyone knows this yet, but for many years, we've all been asking Mororccanoil for like a hair or a body fragrance.
Oh, I saw that.
Brand new, just out there. It's called Broom de Morocco. It's a hair and body mist with the Mororccanoil.
That's exciting.
It's amazing. So everyone will be getting that. I didn't tell you yet, Sherry, because I just found
get a bottle. I'll make sure I'm going to get a bottle. I'm super excited.
We have a swag bag for you, girl.
I mean, seriously, where else are you going to get so much fun watching, looking, touching, and getting little gifts?
And now smelling good too.
And smell good. It's all going to happen in American's Beauty Show. So if you guys are watching and you're getting super excited, all you got to do is text to this number, get the thread going, buy your tickets. You don't want to miss it, because guess what? I'm going to be there. And we're going to have 2 parties going on, 2 amazing parties, great shopping experience. This is not going to be a huge vendor show. It's going to be intimate and beautiful. And the 3 of us with what is it, 6 more panelists, we're going to have an unbelievable panel. You don't want to miss it. We're going to do it on Saturday at 3:00. So get your ticket and come in on Saturday and come see us in 9 people panel, a powerhouse panel talking about innovation, sustainability, the future of the salons, and what's going to happen. So I'm super stoked about that. Frank is going to moderate it.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
We're good. We got so much fun to do. So you know what? Everybody here is listening to us. get your ticket already. What are you waiting for?
Right.
Yes, we'll be there waiting for you.
Yeah.
Super excited.
I think 2021 is the year of the pivot for sure. I think we got our practice in 2020, and now 2021, we're all ready to just super rock it, you know, and just really get out there.
And 2022, who knows?
Again, I mean, there's other shows coming up. I've already been asked to put in some formats for January shows and like the ice show. So, hey, everybody's on board.
We're on board. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's move the ball forward. Enough with staying at home. This is the time to have a really great, new, exciting careers. Yep. So I'm super excited for us. I'm super for all of us to be together once more. So one last thing I wanted to ask each and one of you, since I love you guys so much. During this past year, if you could just say the number one or two things you're super grateful for.
Oh, God. Who's going first, Cher?
For me, I have to say is, I'm super grateful for friends and family and friends, whichever way you want to put it, because so many of my friends I think of as family. And I have to say, like, for me, it's just been a great year of just people coming together. You find out like who your true friends are, and it's a good thing. You know, it's okay. You still have your big world of lots of friends, but it's nice to know when you've got that tight-knit group that no matter what, thick and thin, you can call and count on them. You know, and my family was always there for me. And second would be my health. One thing I've learned this year is, I'm eating healthier, I'm exercising, you know, I'm making sure that I think about my health, getting the right rest, trying to stay stress-free, you know, trying not to get too much anxiety about things that we see going on around us or, you know, in the news or whatever, and trying to just stay very balanced and even keel, not just for me, but for the friends and family and, you know, our bigger circle. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely friends and family, all of our loved ones, and even people, you know, as you say, Ronit, we weren't with all those people all the time, but we found ways. Thankful for technology for sure. Imagine the people back in the day that didn't have, like, you know, video chats, and you wouldn't see people.
Liza, we've been through so many family losses, you and me and our other bestie.
And
we lost very close family members during this, and we had each other to work through it, you know, with FaceTime, and it's been amazing.
Yes. Yeah. And being able to share with friends, you know, I see, you know, some friends, I see Stefan is on and Rob's from our, you know, that we were able, you know, we supported each other throughout. We had dinners and we had, you know, wine nights and, you know, all that stuff. So it really got us through, you know, mentally and the heart that was there. So that's definitely number one. You know, another thing for sure was I'm thankful for all the opportunity and positivity that came out of such apparent darkness, right? Yeah. Because, you know, when we were all hit, it just, you know, of course, no one had ever experienced anything like this. It was difficult. It was depressing. It was hard. How do we do it? It was uncertain, but the positive things that came out and the things that evolved from it have been really wonderful as well. So it's not just the challenges.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. You know, we started with talking about relationships and network, and here we are finishing on the same note. That
absolutely,
if you want to grow in this world, the network is your net worth. Choose who to be around. Choose people that only wants the best for you, that wants to support you. Clean up that little plate when, you know, you're hanging on to it. Maybe I would get rid of whatever doesn't work well and doesn't feel right, and stick to the people who always you know, wants the best for you. I think that's amazing.
It is.
So yeah,
surround yourself with like-minded people,
Yes.
you know, that have your back, and you're good. You're
Mhm.
and
good.
they exist all around us. You're not alone. Just
Absolutely.
come to ABS, meet us in person,
Mhm.
ask us questions. If anybody wants to text us through Textel, Textel is our sponsor, and it's Salon Cadence sponsor as well. And you can text us to our numbers, the word profit, the word, anything with for our classes. And come see Cherry and Liza on ABS. It's going to be phenomenal.
And the
We're
class is very
sharing the
limited.
love.
And the classes are very limited
Yes.
because of everything that's going on. They've scaled back, so there's not as many spots as usual. So if this is something you really want to participate in, don't wait to sign up, because
Sign up for your classes right
you gotta
now.
do it
It's
now.
so
Yeah.
important. Yeah, it's
Very
a sign up for the
important.
classes.
Yeah.
It's a smaller venues, guys, this year. So sign up for your classes. And you know what? You're probably not going to get that again next year because
Exactly.
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
it's like having a one-on-one type of a thing. You can
It's
ask
true.
next question
Yeah.
and touch more, and it's going to be phenomenal. So
Yeah, take advantage while it's there. Again,
Right.
one of those nuggets of positivity.
yes.
Yep. Yep. Getting more personalized education. That's going to be so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to get my hair done. I need a good rag.
Okay.
Yes,
We'll get
thank
there.
you so much,
You got
Ronit.
it.
It's been so great to catch up.
So good to catch up. Thanks, girls. Now listen, I'm gonna turn off the broadcast. So stay on so we can have a glass of wine together.
Okay.
Yes.
So everybody there, thank you for showing up. We'll see you next week with some more guests that are coming up to Americans Beauty Show. I mean, seriously, this was amazing session with Cherry and Liza. I learned so much. I always do. They admire and inspire me. Come see us on Americans Beauty Show. Love you
Love you
guys.
back.
Bye.
Bye.